Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Gonna be a Patreon cast and a new patch on a new map for 3v3. It's gonna be me playing with two other strangers. I'm complaining this map is too big because holy smokes, look at how big it is. Look how long it takes to get from the right side to the left side, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 seconds of fast scrolling to get across the map lengthwise. And even longer to get from the top to the bottom here. So I don't think I'll be playing this map very often, but this is Misty Swamp. So, this is Falcon Paladin. It is me, an orange Zerg player. His teammates today are going to be a yellow Terran player, Geist, and another Zerg player named Escadal. I have no idea I'm saying that right. But on the left side, we've got Team Enemy, a red Terran player, Punk Spike from Misfits. We also have a blue Protoss player, Navy Seals from TRP, and a Zerg player who's blue named StarCraft. I know this guy. I played against him a bunch. StarCraft is pretty good, and he's beaten me a bunch of times, and I am not happy about this map, dude, because look how far away you have to go to get a natural. Look at this. Look at this. Spawning here. Or maybe here, if your Terran opponent doesn't take it first. And then a third base is down, and then down here is your fourth base. It's all gold minerals, but man, I hate maps that make you smash down rocks to get an expansion. That is unfair to Zerg, in my opinion, because if you make enough units to smash down those rocks, you better send them across the map because your drone count is going to suffer, right? So Punk Spike here is trying to expand. Are you going to do a planetary fortress and kill these rocks? Or maybe he's just going to go ahead and do a little bit of long-distance mining here. I don't know. But yeah, so these rocks are protecting the bottom side of this map. And there are wide, wide chasms that you cannot cross unless you can fly. And this giant wide ramp. So, I don't know. Just defend this ramp and you're okay. Anyway, sending links across the map here is my Zerg player. Probes defending themselves and a Reaper. I'll put the patch notes link in the description here, but changes to Widow Mines, changes to transporting Overlords, Dropper Lords, just little small changes, just a little bit longer to morph a Dropper Lord, but they are a little bit faster, so just trade-offs. That's pretty much it for Zerg. And Liberator range has been reduced with the advanced ballistics. What else? Protoss. I don't know. Check it out. I don't feel like this is... I don't know. Not a very substantial balance patch, but they're still patching it in 2024, so hey. Making it interesting. So I saw this, and I was like, ooh, is this going to be Mass Reaper here from Punk Spike? So I threw down a Spine Crawler in each of my bases, just to make sure. And how many kills do these Reapers have? 4 kills and 4 kills. They're sharing kills very, very nicely. And yeah, so this is my drones transferring from my main base to a natural base. Look at how far they have to go, and they are almost killed by Reapers. Ah, I am so mad at this map. Seriously, look how far away. Anyway, this is a Patreon game. For those of you who support me on patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month, I appreciate ya. I love ya. Hope you're enjoying the relatively new content here. We'll see if we get Widow Mines out or not. Anywho. Oh, the Cyclones were changed too. So you know how Lock-On had an infinite time where you could be locked on? Like, Lock-On would basically wear off as soon as the cooldown wore off, so you'd immediately lock on. There's now like a 12-second delay in between the next time you can lock on, which is nice. So I go third base down here. My timings are all a mess because the time to get a drone down to the place where you're getting a third base it's forever. It's 10 seconds from top to bottom here. We got some ling pressure. Just, you know, both players fighting here. StarCraft. I have no idea how to pronounce this player's name. Ekadal, something like that. Ekadal, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Anyway, and then at some point I'm like, I should probably get a Spore too, because who knows if there's going to be Cloak Banshees or if there are going to be Oracles about. So I get those. They're late, but I was not punished for it. So hey, whatever. Not going to worry about it. I'm at 52 supply. I'm behind StarCraft and Punk Spike and Geist. It's not looking good. And okay, so yeah, he's going to use tanks to clear the rocks. See, that's the thing. Terran and Protoss just make stuff. They make stuff while they're making their workers, and making a bunch of tanks at 5 minutes doesn't hurt them at all. As Geist here tries to get some Hellion run by, but nope, we popped the shield battery overcharge and everything's fine there. And yeah, I mean, it looks like Geist is going to go ahead and try to take one of these bases, but like for the Zerg players, our armies currently consist of 14 Lings for a Coddle, and I have literally 2 Zerglings and 3 Queens. So like, don't expect anything from me. My worker count is nice, though, right? I'm at 56 workers, which is more than anybody else, because I've just been droning, teching up, getting Evolution Chamber, starting upgrades, getting a Baneling Nest here, up to a lair, getting a 4th base here at 6 minutes, which is late, but again, this map is terrible, and I really hate it. Why are they... I don't know why they're so obsessed with the new maps being ginormous. The last round of 3v3 maps they gave us had like 3 or 4 huge maps in there, too, and I vetoed all of them. I don't know, just something icky about ginormous maps. I don't know what it is. Maybe there's no logic here. Infestation Pit on the way from Falcon at 6 minutes. He's trying to get up to Hive, and if you've watched any Falcon Paladin StarCraft 2 games, you know what he's going for. Right. Anyway, throwing up more Overlords to try not be supply blocked forever. I'm at 74 supply, which is now in 3rd place. StarCraft looking good. StarCraft is going for Roaches. He's got a bunch of Lings out, too. But again, you can't really access this bottom area as... What is this? Oh, Geist made a battlecruiser. Nice. What's up, battlecruiser? Ah, don't die to these stalkers, though, man. You do have a teleport home. He doesn't have to use it, though. He can just fly to this dead airspace, of which there's a metric ton of dead airspace on this map. Like, it's interesting that way for sure. So StarCraft's going to try to knock through this first set of rocks and then come through the second set of rocks. I'm creep spreading, by the way. I'm very proud of this. I've basically connected my main base with the help of a Coddle. Spread creep all the way down here. Now I'm starting to go left with it. I mean, maybe creep spreading this way would be nice too, but I wasn't really thinking about that. So Roaches from StarCraft. Roaches are high supply units for relatively cheap. So that's why he has, 124 supply here. I'm getting an Infestation Pit now. Going for a Spire, too. My Hive is going to finish here, like, sub 8 minutes, which I'm pretty darn proud of, honestly. But that's what happens. If you leave Falcon alone, he's going to tech up the Hive sub 8 minutes. And then we're going to go tier 3 on your butt. So there's the Hive. And Ultralisk Cavern gets tossed out at 8 minutes flat. That's pretty good. My creep spread is looking nice over this way. Pretty happy about it. StarCraft adding some Ravagers into the composition here, too. And, oh, look at Geist. Yeah, man. So he's got a base down here, and he's expanding into this gold. And he's got multiple battle cruisers. He's making more battle cruisers even. Which is kind of awesome. Oh, it's the new Cyclone. See, look. New Cyclone. Nice. So the lock-on capabilities are not infinite on those guys. And here they come. I tried to send some Lings down and deal with this. I did not have enough. Yes, they do have 1-1, which is awesome. But, and no upgrades here from StarCraft. He just has Coolio Reconstitution and Speed. But he's got some Banelings in here now, and that's going to be tough for my Lings to deal with for sure. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to make a whole bunch of Banelings myself, 23 of them. I've got the cash for it because these are gold bases that I've expanded to down here. So my mineral count is pretty hefty. I'm spending well, though. I only have 300 minerals in the bank right now. So I'm like, all right, let's go. He busted down the rocks. Let's get it. And then Muta's come over from a Coddle. Nice! I'm trying to soften up these Roaches with the Banelings. Probably should have got the Banelings into these Lings instead, but I did make 2 spines at this base, so that's going to help a lot. Also, the battle cruisers of Geist came in, and nothing from StarCraft can shoot up. So that's not good. So my Lings are all in here. 1-1 Lings causing problems for the 0-0 Lings and Roaches. Going to chase them away. Looks like Akado's got some of his own Roaches here, too. My Ultras pop out at 9:30. They're a little bit late to the party, but that's okay. I got help from my friends, and that's what really matters. Navy SEALs here. Doing all right. Got some Stalkers, got some Zealots, got some Adepts. Not particularly on fire, but really only on 2 bases. Just now getting a 3rd base, which is annoying. Counterattack. Coddle and Falcon are here to try to take down this base of StarCraft. This is his 4th base. It is a gold. And my Ultralisks have some pretty good upgrades. They don't have Kindness Plating yet, but they got 2-2. Kindness Plating is almost done. Punk Spike got some siege tanks here to fight. And Ling Ultralisk, pretty good. StarCraft's Roaches causing all sorts of problems. Siege tanks, and looks like there might be just enough here from a Coddle to take down this hatchery if the response is slow, and it is. No, Navy Seals has got some Stalkers and some Zealots into this base, but Ultralisks and Lings pop out to save the hatchery after I think all the drones died during the chaos. Unfortunately, the hatch of StarCraft does go down. He's been knocked down to 3 bases. Geist is apparently just doing mass battle cruiser at this stage, so he's got a lot of them. Let's just say he has 8 battle cruisers. He's making 4 at a time right now. Battle cruisers were not changed in the patch, but you know what? They're doing fine anyway. So the siege tanks are here from Punk Spike, but not really supported by much. Especially the Mutas are going to do very well here, continuing to put pressure on, continuing to make StarCraft feel like he can't get this 4th base back. The battle cruisers are really dragging a lot of the army away to the north, which means they're not here from StarCraft to defend down this away. Not looking great. There aren't even that many Stalkers here. I kind of feel like these BCs just win. StarCraft taps out. It's like, well, if I can't save this 3rd base, I'm a 2-basing Zerg, and I'm a dead nerd. Because these, I mean, this is a 4-basing Falcon. It's a... How many bases does our purple player have? Just the 2? He might just have the 2. He's going 2-base Mutalisk here. No, he took this one too. He's got 3 bases. All right, he's got 3 bases. So continuing to march on up here and going to town on Navy Seal's attempt at a 2nd base. Unfortunately for him, couple Stalkers. Navy Seal seems like definitely a bit of a weak link in this game. Didn't get a lot out of him, I don't think. If we look at resources lost, it's probably not going to be much. And he's like, I don't want to fight. But then Punk Spike's like, okay, I'm adding Marauders. I've got Siege Tanks. That's going to deal with these Ultralisks. There aren't that many Lings here, and no Banelings at all. So, I mean, this whole Ultralisk Roach thing is, with a handful of Lings is not great. Again, the upgrades are amazing for my Ultralisks at this stage. They got Kindness Plating. They have 2-2. Red player here has +1/+1 for his Marines and Marauders. No armor or attack upgrades for his tanks here at all. How about Navy Seals? What are your upgrades at? Got +2 attack and +1 armor. Not too bad at this stage of the game. But yeah, I mean, this whole game has just been about fighting to the south, yeah? They did some attacks to our southern bases. We held them off, didn't lose anything here. Love the macro hatches from McConnell. And we wiped out any sign of the enemy down here to the south. And once you've got them contained, although there are these bases, so Punk Spike, despite losing anything to the south, is still 3-basing Terran. Still got a bunch of Marines out. There are some disruptors being added in here from Navy Seals. I'm not sure, did they reduce the model size for disruptor? Something like that. Again, check out the link in the description. And yeah, it's just mass PC. Got 18 battle cruisers here with 2-2 upgrades. Corruptors here from StarCraft. Actually, StarCraft left. So somebody built a bunch of Corruptors using StarCraft's corpse and getting some work done with them. So I added some Banelings to the comp here because it's like, okay, last time I really needed some Banes. Let's just make sure that StarCraft, any tech that he's got, we wipe it out. For some reason, it's all down here. And then, see, this is where if the siege tanks had upgrades, it'd be nice. The Marines and Marauders are at 2-2, which is fantastic, but these Ultralisks are fully upgraded, fully armored Ultras. Disruptors getting a hit off there, taking down an Ultralisk, but there's just too much Zerg. That was not cost efficient, but Falcon busts up. Coddle is here too with his Banes. I don't know where the battle cruisers went, but StarCraft's going to get wiped off the map. He left a couple minutes ago. And it looks like Navy SEAL is going to try to stand in here and fight. There are still some tanks and Marines here from Punk Spike. So these Lings not doing super well. These Banelings try to get connections. No! Even went 3-3 upgrades on those Banes. They couldn't close the gap there. An Immortal pops out. Not a bad answer to these Ultras. But unfortunately, there are enough Lings here from Coddle. And the Ultralisk hitting with the upgrades. I keep pointing that out. Doing some work. Navy SEAL losing everything that he's got. Are the battle cruisers? Yes, the battle cruisers jump over. Just to cut the head off the monster here, finish it off. Tanks coming out from Punk Spike. Navy SEAL is continuing to kind of produce. But that's it. I mean, I think Navy SEALs has lost all of their production capabilities, all of their income capabilities. I'm expanding to the left side here now to a 5th base. But yeah, what a weird map. What a big map. Vikings and Corruptors are here, but upgrades on those Corruptors are, I think, +0/0? Yeah. Yep. So once they were gone, Navy SEALs had to tap out. So, GG. We did see a couple Cyclones in there. We didn't see any Widow Mines, but I mean, I don't know. The funny thing is they dropped this patch during GSL Season 1. So, like, the first round of group stages are on one patch, and round 2 of the group stages are on a second patch. I've never seen them do this before. I don't know why they chose to do it this way. Who is at the helm at the StarCraft 2 side of battle of Blizzard right now? And the answer is, well, I mean, it's the intern, right? It's been the intern for a long time. And now that StarCraft is owned by Microsoft, I'm not sure that changes at all, you know? Anywho, let's look at resources lost. I wanted to look at that real quick. And, man, Geist lost nothing today. He lost 9 units. 2 battle cruisers, 3 Hellbats, 3 Hellions, and an SCV. That's amazing. For a 15-minute game, he had 19 battle cruisers at the end, and he lost 2 of them. That's nuts. 14,000 resources lost from my coddle. I ended up losing 17,000, which is the second most of anybody. Actually, Navy SEALs ended up losing the most resources. But I wonder if they count... do they give you resources lost for units that you control from your teammates after they leave? Because I think that might have a lot to do with it. Because looking at it, I mean, 75 probes, unimmortal, 34 stalkers, and 3 disruptors isn't 19,000 resources. This has to be accounting for the resources lost after Sitzcraft left and after Punk Spike left. That's gotta be it. Gotta be it. Anyway, yeah, 15 of my Ultralisks died. 3 of them remained at the end of the game. Upgrades or no upgrades, Ultras can be pretty squishy against things like tanks and Marauders and Disruptors and things like that, of which there were a bunch. But, you know, Falcons got to make Ultras on new patches. Got to see how they do. And again, not a ton has changed. Actually, let me take a quick look here. As long as I gotcha. So, StarCraft 5.0.13 patch notes. They pushed a bunch of new maps. So basically, the goals were to improve the state of Protoss versus Terran. Basically, get rid of oppressive openings like Cyclone All-Ins and Widow Mine drops. Okay. So Liberator Advanced Ballistics Range bonus reduced from 3 to 2. We talked about that, but I don't think that's a huge deal. I mean, it makes them a little bit worse, especially in TVP, so that's kind of nice. Widow Mine, invisibility while reloading now requires drilling claws instead of a constructed armory. Splash damage radius was reduced a tiny bit. Now there's an attack alert to the enemy when burrowing in range of enemy units. So it says your units are under attack when Widow Mines are burrowing in range of your units, which is kind of nice. The targeting line is red now when a Widow Mine's going to fire on something. And reduced maximum impact of shots by reducing the radius. So it has a greater impact towards shots and mineral lines due to how units clump. Yep, reduced game-ending moments when armory cloaked Widow Mines are dropped throughout multiple Protoss bases in the mid-game. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Cyclone cooldown was reduced. Lock-on cooldown increased from 0 to 2.86. Health increased from 110 to 130. And then a couple things to Infestors were changed. Just tiny, tiny things. Make it a little bit easier to see burrowed Infestors than Transport Overlords. Like I said, morph time increased by 3 seconds, and then the move speed increased from 1 to 1.28. Protoss Observer was changed a little bit. It builds faster and is beefier, which is fun, I guess. That's about it. So, I mean, there's not a ton of stuff, but I figured I'd play a game on the new patch, on a new map, see how it is, get you guys all knowledgeable on that stuff, and I think that's it. So that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void on the newest patch. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.